Hi, this is Roger Smith of the True Blue Lounge. Today, my guest is Donald Rankine. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe, comment, send to a friend. Without further ado, Donald, how you doing, sir?
Yes, Raja, how you doing? I'm glad to be on your show.
Good, good.
Glad to link up.
Nice, nice. Hey, Donald, where did you get that name Jaffa from?
Oh yeah, you. I remember this English lit class. There was a Calypsonian that was a singer, and everybody always said the Calypsonian looked like me. His
Okay.
his his um his uh his name was Jaffo. So they called me Jaffo the Calypsonian.
Okay, okay. Was that like fourth form?
Actually, that was from first form.
Okay, okay. So I was
Mhm.
I was with you guys first, second, and third form. Then I left in fourth. So
Yeah.
I don't remember that. So this is how it works, Jeffo. I'm just gonna ask some questions. So it's 45 probably years or 40 odd years we haven't seen each other. So
Long time.
this is an opportunity to get to know Donald Rankin.
Yes.
All right. So first things first. What's your favorite meal, Donald?
Well, give me some dumpling and ackee with saltfish. But if you have, if you have some some yellow heart breadfruit from Portland with the ackee, I would take that.
Okay, okay, nice, nice.
Yes,
What
I
about
go natural.
okay? What about drinks?
Yeah, give me some nice coconut water and a nice or carrot juice.
Okay, have you got any
Natural.
vices? You drink any alcohol?
No.
Okay, yeah, clean living, clean living.
Yep.
Are you an Apple guy or an Android guy?
I mostly enjoy.
Okay, okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Apple always get ripe and rotten, so for the androids, yeah.
Nice. Okay, okay, cool. So, what I want to do is, in trying to get to know who I'm talking to, I like to do a little cognitive test.
Mhm.
Your first form class, your first form class. Name five guys and five girls out of the class.
Well, I could start with you. I
All
go
right.
to Brian Wallace. He was a farm captain.
Uh
We
huh.
had Winston Knott. We
Uh
had
huh.
Android McIntosh, big time cricketer.
Uh huh.
We had Peter James.
Uh huh.
We had Banhan.
Okay.
He broke his hand while saving a baby one time.
Uh huh.
Clarence Clark,
Uh huh.
big time artist. Um, who else I'm missing out?
No man, no, you go for them all, man. You exceeded expectation. Let's hear what
Yeah.
girls were in our class now.
Uh, I'm trying to remember who was the name of the farm captain we had along with Brian Wallace. I'm not sure she was. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name.
Don't
But
worry.
uh, we had Chedi Singh.
Uh huh.
We had her friend, her who's a short friend there. Oh gosh,
Tavares, may I help you? Yes,
Tavares.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Uh huh.
I remember Sonia Davis. Uh,
I don't remember Sonia Davis in our class, but
I
but you nearly.
I don't remember if she was she in the first one. I think she was. Lynette was there too. There was one named Lynette,
You
and
sure? You sure?
I was it further. Maybe it's further up.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
know. I don't remember. Maybe
hey!
maybe it's further more
Is
further
a
up in the farm.
is a good thing I catch you at this time of age. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
so Donald, do me a favor. Kind of give me since graduation. What have you been doing with yourself, and where are you now?
Well, after graduation, the journey continued. I was still sick. I suffered about 11 years with the sickness.
Can
And
you can you tell us a little bit about it? Because
yes, so I was still back in Grangeville, and I was on tablets, about 15 tablets per day. Uh, I just couldn't come off the tablets. If I miss one, if I miss timing or anything, miss the dose, I would get bad epilepsy. I uh, I recall even one day coming home from church on a hot sunny day, I just woke up in the middle of the road. I
Wow.
fell face down in the middle of the road. I woke up, and thank God nothing was coming during that time. I don't know how long I was there. It was just bad epilepsy.
Wow.
So after certain times, I got in touch with this book called Back to Eden, and I searched the herbs. Didn't know where I was gonna get it from, but God just sent one Rasta man right to my door selling the herbs. I really would love to, if that man is alive, I would really love to link up with him. Um, the only thing I know him as was Asburn from Froome, but he gave me a washout. Oh my gosh, that thing was so stink, Roger. The minute you open it, it's a whole quart bottle. He said, drink everything down to the last dregs. That thing, the minute you open it, you want to vomit, smell bad. It was called antispasmodic tincture.
I, I remember the name,
I
eh?
remember.
So as you're in the medical profession, have you Googled that? Is that something real, or is it can you
It
know
was a
Jamaicans
mix.
do?
It was a mixture of herbs. It was a mix, and it's really in the book. It's really in the book. Back to Eden. It's a mixture of herbs, but that thing was so sting, man. But it was good. It gave me a good clean out because after 11 years taking 15 tablets a day, that thing was smelling so bad in my clothes, in my sweat. So I needed a good wash out. It did me well. Then he gave me three herbs, um, mullein, skullcap, and holy thistle. And I drink them morning, noon, and night. Within 6 months, that thing was gone.
Wow. So did he diagnose you, or did you tell him what the problem you were having?
I told him the problem. I
Wow.
told
Yeah.
him the problem.
We fight down holistic medicine, but we're gonna learn one day.
I'm 100% for it.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So Donald, tell me, so you're in New York now. So how do you get from Grangeville? And when you say Grangeville, what part of Grangeville? Fellasfield, Geneva.
Geneva. What you know about Geneva?
You stay there. Do you remember? You remember when you're going up Grangeville, you turn left, go down to Geneva, and there was a big pond on the right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
How you, Roger,
I
tell me how you reached down there.
Eng, Englishman Roger used to set fish pot down there. Yeah? My grandmother used to live in Geneva, and every summer I used to spend in Geneva.
What?
Yes, man, yeah, Englishman in Geneva.
All
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah. So what part of Great do you come from? Hey, when you come on
Geneva.
this show, oh yeah, Geneva you
Geneva.
come from. Okay,
Geneva.
okay. All right. Nice. See there.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you get from Geneva to New York?
So after I got that rid of that sickness, that happened in 1988. I decided I have to go back to school. Um, my records from Mannings was very poor. If you see, I other day I don't even know where I put it, but my CXC results, I remember I got maths ungraded. Everything was F. The only thing I passed was Bible knowledge. I think I got C. So I had to go back to school. So I left and went to Mandeville, um, at Field in Mandeville, and I started some evening classes. And from there, I went to college.
So before you go on, so you had a lot of absence from class and school,
Hmm.
long periods of time.
Long periods.
What's the longest you stayed away from school because of your illness?
I can't recall. All I know, many times I get ready for school and I just have this feeling. You know when it's coming on, you have some very bad feeling coming on, and I just know when it's coming on. So I tell my mom I can't go, and she wouldn't let me out of the house if I am having that feeling. So um, anything I do stressful, anything strenuous, reading too long, anything that strains, it just triggers it. So
Okay,
I had to stay in.
okay. So, Geneva to New York.
Geneva to New York. So I went to Mannings, and I must put this in. After I started my evening classes, I was doing well. I remember walking down the road because I wasn't even sure what I was doing. I don't know what I want to do in life. I don't know what work I would choose. Nothing at all. I just blindly went to school. So I was walking down Caledonia Road one day. I heard somebody shouting, "Donald, Donald Rankin!" And when I look, it was Mr. Herbert Nita. I don't know how that man picked me out of a crowd walking along the road. He was driving. I don't know how he picked me out, but he called me and we stand up by the roadside and we talked, and he encouraged me, and that was like an ignition from there. I know what I want to do. So I went to college, started computer science, but computer science is always changing by the time I finish. Um, some of them outdated. So um, I decided, I got married, uh, and then my wife was up here. She was from New York, and well, she's from actually from Manchester, but she was residing in New York. She came, she got me.
How did you meet her?
Ah, well,
Because
I go to the same church. Yeah.
Okay, before you, because you haven't Herbert Nita talk, I know you get married, so more I know what, I just want to get the jigsaw puzzle
No,
going, so
no,
our
no.
church
Well,
business.
that wasn't really. He was connected to my decision to go back to school and to
Uh-huh.
further my education. You know, um, but my wife now, when I got married, uh, she took me to New York, and there I started. I still wasn't. I didn't start school yet. I was doing my own business, carpet cleaning and office cleaning and things. And then she got sick, and we came back to Jamaica, South Manchester, and she passed with um, breast cancer at age 47.
Oh, sorry to hear,
But
man.
thanks, man. On her dying bed, she said to me, "Donald, you need to go into nursing." And she pleaded with me, to do this one thing for her, go into nursing. I wasn't sure about nursing because I heard of all the negatives, giving wrong injection and wrong medication, all sewing and thing. I wasn't sure that was what I wanted, but after settling down, I decided I'm gonna go, and so here I am now as a registered nurse.
Wow. So tell me a job you done, Donald, and I don't want to skip over. That's some sad. That's a pretty sad story because, being that support structure, you're being the support and you're grieving and going through trying to make someone that's in pain that you love feel better. It must be tough, 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 tough. So
It was tough.
I don't wanna just pass that by. You know what I mean? So did that stress not affect you as well?
Well, it inspired me,
Okay.
and why it inspired me is because she had the mind before she passed that she wanted to be a nurse too,
Okay.
and she wanted us to do it together. But I wasn't really paying it any attention. So when it was the final week, she gave me the time of her death and the day, and it was very accurate. She died the same time, and she told me, "This is what I want you to do." So when I look at it and I said, "Boy, she gave me an accurate date when she was gonna die, and the time was accurate." Maybe she has an inspiration. Maybe this is an inspiration for me to go to school. So when I look back and see what, think of what Mr. Nita said to me and what she said to me, I was just inspired. This is the way to go.
Wow. Wow. That's a story and a half. I think you will enjoy talking to Creature
Oh
because
yeah.
Paul's been through some grief as well. So
Oh,
um,
hey, ELO preacher,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
big time goalie.
Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure I give you a creature's number when we finish. Or you should be able to find
No,
it, but I'm gonna make sure I give it to you anyway.
okay, no problem.
Tell me a job you done, Donald, that you didn't enjoy.
Well, the the job I decided if I'm gonna do nursing, I just don't want to do the book work just to give medication and things. I want to start from scratch. I want to be a holistic nurse, knowing how to take care of a patient from scratch without the help of a CNA or anything. So I said, let me start at a CNA, learning to handle patients and so forth. And the thing that is not that I didn't like the job, but the thing I didn't like about it is that there was a lot of racism in this thing, and from management to patient, it it hit me, and there were a lot of things that were said, a lot of things that were done, and but I rose over it. Patients, a lot of patients just didn't like me, um, and I didn't like the idea that I'm doing something for you and you just don't. There was let me give you one instant, Raja, if you have a time.
Yeah.
There was this lady. She didn't even want a cup of water from me. Nothing. If she ring the bell, don't come. Anybody else can come but me. And one day she had no legs, and she she had her favorite CNAs. So when she called, they would pull her up in the bed, but because she has no leg to brace herself, she keeps sliding down. So one day they put her in a room with three other patients. So I had the four patients, but she didn't want me to touch her. So I took care of our other patients, and she rang, but her favorites didn't come because they said we just took care of her. Why she keep ringing, ringing? So I went in the room, took care of my patients, and I said to her, "Do you want me to help you?" Well, she had no alternative. She said she wanted to be pulled up in the bed. So I took care of her, clean her up, put her in the bed. Then I set her in a way with pillows and everything so that she wouldn't move at all. She sleep for the first time right through the night. No
Wow.
other call. And from there, she keep she keep asking for me.
That's
you know.
right.
But we have such sort of you know thing going on in the nursing home. And then one of the things I didn't like too, they used to give me the worst patients, the one who used to bite and kick and curse and things, But I got over that.
Yeah. A lot of times we don't realize that when people are sick and frustrated, mentally they're going to do and act a way that, it's a little bit different. So sometimes you just have to rise above it.
Yes,
But
yes.
but don't take my advice. Me not have them the kind of patience at all. I couldn't do them the kind of job there.
I've been through it. I have many stories.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So Donald, have you got any vices?
No,
No vices at all. And are you religious, and how does religion help you in your day-to-day operation?
I'm Seventh Day Adventist, and I hold on to the faith. Uh, they a lot of things that I do in church help me to do things on the outside. A lot of things, and I always say to people, when you participate in church, you don't know. Because, for example, public speaking and all these things, I learned that in church. When I went to college and did oral com, I passed through that with flying colors. It all the training start right there in church. A lot of stuff I do, taking care of people, it start there in church. So it helps me on the outside also. Otherwise, I really go into deep study, in the prophecies and so forth. So I'm really deep in the church. Right now, I'm an elder.
Nice, nice. Hey, don't say elder, come here, I see him age, People people think me 110 years old, No, 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 no. Yeah,
That's a
elder.
position. Yes.
So you used to go to 7 Day while in Jamaica as well, yeah?
Yes.
So you used to eating cold food on a Saturday.
Well, actually, it was warm. It was
Oh, no,
yeah. Sometimes you get cold food. Yeah, listen, man. I'm tell you the truth. The food and salmon is the nicest one you ever eat, cold or hot. I'm telling you the truth. You eat that thing, and you just it just it just satisfy you. Yeah, I mean, cold or hot. I mean, it's just there. I mean, you're satisfied.
So you told me about your wife passing, and this may be the example that I'm looking for. But how were you able to get up after grief? What gave you the courage, the mettle to move forward after any sort of setback, or when you do have setbacks in your life? How do you get back up?
You see, I was so close with her, Roger. I mean, we did everything together. Business. We did a whole lot of stuff together. When I went back to Jamaica, we started a little farm, and she was with me 100%. Everything I do, she was there. And so when she told me, you know, go do the nursing, it's like you hear that voice over and over, and it's an urge. It just compel you. There's something you got to do, and I didn't back off from it. So that was a driving force. Yeah.
So when you're down, what do you do to get up? You're praying, just a praying guy. You're a hopeful guy.
I pray. I Most of the times when you see me on my spare time, I'm doing some PowerPoint presentations. I do the prophecies of Daniel and Revelation. Anybody out there want some PowerPoints to teach in your church? I got some. Um, so I use my spare time to do these things. Otherwise, I would just um, take a drive out, or I find some things to relax my brain. Yeah,
Okay, so you're passionate about the church or studying
very.
biblical? Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
when we die, what do you think happens to us, Donald?
Well, the Bible tells you in Ecclesiastes 9 and 5 and 6 that when you die, you die. You have your breath is gone. Back to the Maker. You are no longer a person moving. You are a body, are dead. Um, for those who die in Christ, it's a sleep because we expect the resurrection. But a person who is dead, just as in Jamaica, we say you're dead, you're stiff dead, you're stiff stone dead. There's nothing you can do. There's no soul walking around. I mean, I used to get those dopey stories when I was back in Granger, the community get together and moonshine night, and they tell you some dopey stories and things, and you can't even move, But yeah, but when you're dead, you're
You're
stiff
dead.
dead, you're stiff stone dead.
Okay. All right. So a man like me that's not in Christ, Donald, what happens to me? Me just tipped on dead. But
You,
you have somewhere I
Rog-
go. You have somewhere I go after.
Roger, I believe that your situation, you still have a belief in a power. The only thing you might not recognize my God as that one power, but He is the one. You may be looking at someone else or something else, but you believe something. And so even when you call yourself an atheist, you still have a belief. And guess what? The function of your body alone can tell you that there's a creator. Yeah, you just drink your coffee and you go to the bathroom and things. What do you think? It doesn't happen just like that. It is set, everything, your brain moving and everything, everything connecting. There's a coordination with your eyes to your ears to your everything. It has to be a creator. So you might say, and you might continue to say, I don't believe, but trust me, you believe in something.
Okay. You know what? Make sure we stay in touch because this is about getting to know Donald. but we're gonna, but we need to go down that road one of these days. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's nice. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Pardon me, let me plug in this thing. I see my
Yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. This is nice and live, you know.
yes. Yeah, I don't want my computer to go outside.
No, no, no,
Yes.
no, all good. So, do you want to be cremated or buried?
That you see, for me, I never really thought of it in that light. If I'm dead, just bury me. Cremation, I never really thought of it that way. Um, a lot of people look for cremation and things. I never really think of it. If I'm dead, just bury me, bro.
Donald, move to the right just a little bit, no problem. Yeah, there you go, there you go. All right, all right. So, the reason why cremation I think is getting very, very popular is because there's no burial space left in some places. You know what I
That's
mean?
true, and it's cheaper,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but I mean, to me, I'm dead. I'm not gonna feel anything. I don't. I can't make decisions. So I mean, whatever way is better, just do it.
So, so do you have any favorite books, Donald? Any programs that you watch in your spare time?
I am a person who loves nature, so I would watch documentaries and stuff. I'm not too fascinated about the HBOs and the stars and all them things. I'm not really fascinated about this. When I watch nature and see how God's creation function, when I look at other countries and see, for example, other day I was watching a documentary in Greenland and Iceland, and I'm saying, I a place like Iceland, how is it that we have volcano and the place is covered with ice? I'm looking at it. Um, the mighty work of God. You look at the Arctic versus the Antarctic. Those are the things that interest me.
Cool, cool. Nice. Well, you know, so what about books? You read any books?
Yeah, I read books. I, I'm mostly, I'm mostly well. Right now, I wouldn't say I'm reading much books because my head is in the book in the nursing and so forth. But most of the books that I read, I is a research, like studying the prophecies and so forth.
Okay.
Daniel, Revelation.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna one day. You know, to be honest with you, I think I've read Revelations very, very regularly because as a youth, it was one of
Hmm.
them books. Going to church, it was frightening. You know, fire and brimstone. You know.
Yeah, and all those animals and so forth. But they all have a meaning.
Well, when I was going to church in Jamaica, you know, Donald, the pastors used to scare the bejesus out of us as young children. You know, when we thought about what was going to happen to us, the devil with his juke fork, you want to call them and I turn over. You know, that was how
Well,
I saw it.
I tell you, that was just a man's idea of how the devil is. The devil don't have no juke for turning over anybody in hell because he'll be running for his own life. In
Right.
hell, when the fire starts, he don't have no time for juke for. So we put up a wrong picture of who the devil is,
Right.
and the devil is just sitting there laughing at us and said they don't know who I am. But the devil don't have no joke for turning over nobody in hell because he's the fire. The Bible said the fire was made for him and his angels.
Okay.
So
How do you manage your mental health?
just find something to laugh, Roger. Just keep myself happy, cheerful. Um, the Bible tells you laughter is medicine, and a lot of frustration that I've been through, I am able to overcome it because I don't dwell on it. I'm looking, okay, it doesn't matter how long it takes me to get through this thing, I'm gonna get through it. So I when I see another um, problem arise, I just laugh and say, "Devil, you're trying another stuff," but you know, I just put everything with God. All things are possible. I just leave it there. I don't worry about stuff.
When you think of the future, are you hopeful?
The future on this earth, it's bleak because when you look at the prophecies of what is to come, especially in a place where I am now, when the prophecies start to fulfill, I mean, this place, America, it started out like a lamb. It it's very peaceful, very religious, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, etc. And but one day all of these things gonna go. Constitution gonna change, and it's happening already. And anytime this change, it's gonna be terrible for this world. But the hope that we have is in Christ.
Okay. You know,
Not
I like talking to a guy that's strong in his commitment and testimony for Christ. That's nice.
thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. You were saying something.
Yes. So when you look at this world right now, I used to say, boy, I'm gonna live certain place. I'm gonna live certain place. When you look around now, where in this world are we safe? Violence, crime from all political leaders coming down. This world is not safe. So we have to just make our call in an election. Sure, just think about this earth is gonna pass away. Yeah,
Oh.
you the things what are happening now. Just look around us and see how hard. First of all, when I was small, people used to fight fist fight. Then you go to the ratchet knife, and then you have one little pie gun. No, nobody wants to buy. Nobody has a ratchet knife. Nobody fight fist to fist. I mean, when you fight, you burst a man mouth and you believe you win the fight. But no, you just look at a man and shoot you dead.
Yeah.
And not only that, he burned down your house, burn it down with all you everybody inside. What kind of heart is this? It's not gonna get better. The younger generation don't want to work; they just want everything quick, and it causing the violence.
Do you think that the younger generation just got like that, or there were things instrumental in government and greed that has made this happen?
It's a process, and I remember a definition by a well-known politician. Um, uh, um,
Call his name, man. Call his name if you remember. Call his name, man.
PJ Pattison.
Okay,
When
PJ. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he described it as the fight for scarce benefit and political spoils carried on by hostile tribes perpetually at war. That's the best definition I ever heard.
Hey, hey. You could have turned politician, and you could have turned one of them prosperity pastors, cause yeah,
No,
man.
the prosperity, the prophesy falls. Yeah, but I mean, this is what is happening. Hostile tribes. I mean, it's not getting better.
I see another thing looming, and I know it happens everywhere, but I see this thing about single mothers. People talk, and you use the term single mothers, and you have to ask, why are there so many single mothers? And when you say single mothers, you're talking about boys and girls growing up without a father, and you have to ask, why is that happening? You know what I mean? And it's one of
Yes.
them chicken and egg situations, Women growing boys up on their own is a tough situation.
Tough.
These boys aren't staying with women because they've grown up with their mother, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The loyalty that a husband may bring to a relationship and a
Mm-hmm.
father. And and I think it perpetuates itself. It's not a blame for anybody, but I'm just saying these things happen, and over time, if you go into the prison them now in America and you find out how many of these kids by proportion were from a two-parent household, or even their father bring them up. You'll be shocked. A lot of them is single mother grew up depending on them.
True word, and it's a problem because when you don't have a father figure, you're gonna look for it somewhere.
Yep.
And the sad thing is that they look for it, they find it on YouTube, they find it on the internet, and they're looking for something, and they end up somewhere, you know, just influenced by somebody else, and the influence they got is not leading them in the right direction. So the influence they're looking for is an easy way out. I don't have to work 8 hours, 10 hours, and work for nobody. I can just sit here. Nowadays, technology is so advanced. They work at home. Just sit there calling my number and stealing my credit card. That's a job now. If you see the amount of calls I get, scam calls I get per day.
It's because of your age, you know. Once you reach a certain age, no, may I tell you, once you reach a certain age, then think you're an idiot and they start call you. I
True,
think it's
but
anything over 55, the phone will stop ringing off for the
it's no stuff. Yeah, but that's the way the world wants to go. I mean, I remember when I was with my wife in Jamaica, and we did the farming. I would employ people from the community do this for me. I remember I tell a man, said, dig me 100 yam hill, and he started with the first 10. I tell him, okay, I'm going to Mandeville go pick up some things. When I come back, there's the same 10, and he want to stretch it out for the next day. I tell him, say, listen, me man, take your pay for today, and I'll finish it myself.
right
You
day's
know,
work.
and yeah, everybody looking for a way out. You try to help them, and the more you help them, is the more they turn ticks in you. I mean, this is a younger generation.
Yeah. All right. So I have a couple more questions for you. So
Mhm.
if you could go back to high school and see a young Donald Rankin, 15 years old, what would you say to him?
Brother, the road ahead of you may be tough, but you can make it. Yes,
Ah, good.
anything is possible with God. Listen me. This journey that I went through, Roger, it was not an easy one. It wasn't an easy one. And the path I took, the time it took me, when I came here, I realized that in order to get a good job, I had to do the GED or the high school diploma. And when I look at it, I said, "But this is primary stuff, primary school stuff. I mean, why I come out of college, why they want me to do it, but I couldn't get a job with all it." And so I started the high school at age 40. And today, I mean, when I finish it, I told them, listen, me, I'm not spending no 1 year in this thing. Give me the test. Give me all the tests in one day. And they said, no, we never done it. I tell them, give it to me. And I did the test, passed them, and I went on to college. Today, I mean, I applied for a college once, and they told me they cannot accept my high school diploma because nobody passed GED at age 40. So they thought I was trying to do some little
Scam.
scam, And even when I sent them all the details, they said no, I had to apply somewhere else. I mean, but I'm telling you, the age is not it. It's the will. Just direct your will in a positive way, man. You make it.
That's you've got a really nice sense, a powerful sense of being Donald, and your outlook is nice, refreshing, and positive. I have to say that. I have
Thank
to say
God.
that.
Thank God. Yes.
I've started asking a lot of diaspora people this question.
Hmm.
Do you have plans to go home to Jamaica?
Oh
And
yes.
okay,
Oh yes.
and where would you live?
This is where this is where I get the little hitch now because I love Mandeville. And there are some areas in St. Elizabeth I would go. When I go back to Grangeville and think nobody know me there now. Uh, but I love Mandeville, and I would I would really love to settle down there, back in the South Manchester. Very nice farming area, very nice and cool, and I love it there.
Nice, nice. Don't wait too long, you know. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long.
It's in the make. I'm really planning. I don't want to stay here, bro. I know.
That you know
Right now
why?
it's very cold out there, you know.
There you go. I knew it was the weather. You know, you guys in the northeast and Canada and all of them fridge kind of place. When there's a little sunshine, you have to run. I have to run
Yeah,
back. You know.
you know, man, I have to go back to my regular home remedies, because the things that they sell you on the market can't even help you from stopping cough.
Right.
When I look at it, I said, boy, people just killing their liver with all these medications. I go back to my lemon and garlic and honey and stuff. That's what keep me.
Nice. Nice. That's really really good. So you know, it's important when we think of Jamaica, or even going back. But man, the when you look at Jamaica, there's so much happening. There's so much good happening, and there's a lot of crime and violence that needs to be taken care of. And I don't know if there's crime and violence everywhere, but some places you can hide.
Well, I tell you something. Even though I talk about South Manchester, I remember, as I told you, I used to help people a lot in the community. And I remember in church one evening, I was standing before the church giving a lecture, and this guy just came right in, sat down, and then he said, "Yeah, you're pastor. You make the money, and you don't want to give me none." I said, "Oh my gosh, this guy." We tried to calm him down, but he was getting very boisterous. I said, this is the age we live in. You pass these guys 6 o'clock in the morning, sit down on a culvert, and they do nothing. And 6 o'clock in the evening, you come back and pass them same place, and they want lunch from you. They want this. They want every. And I'm all about helping people, but I trust me. I don't like when you ticks in my back. I help you that you move on, but but that's a generation. I remember when my wife was on her deathbed, we planted a whole acre of sorrel. That was the best sorrel we could get around, because we used to sell it. And on her deathbed, somebody went through it and cut down everyone. That's it. That's the community we live in. But I mean, you can't get away from crime. Everywhere you go, there's crime. Over here, you go on the train, somebody lick you in your head or push you over. I mean, anywhere you go, it's crime. And you just have to, you drive on the road and you're doing nobody, people know nothing, and they just swipe you and run away. I mean, that's the way life is. So we just got to just look at the positive and make good use of it.
Do you have any good memories from Mannings that you could talk about? Any you remember?
Man in school for me, I love man in school. Even though I didn't get to go through the whole process, but I love man in school. And the one of the best times I had was watching um, the Mannings on what is it, the under 14. I kept up with that because I couldn't play the football. I couldn't do anything strenuous. So I used to sit back, wait after school and watch the match. And I always remember that time when Silla beat four, I think it's about three defenders plus the goalie, and score. And we won the Elron Cup. Uh, we I love to watch the cadets. Sergeant Major Khan, big up. Um, I couldn't. I started to join the cadet, but I couldn't keep up. It was too strenuous for me. But I respect that man. Is he still around?
Yes, man. Yes, man. I haven't.
Sergeant Major, big up.
Yeah, I have an interview with him. I'm gonna send to you as well. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Because
yes.
Oral was a very 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 strict. He
Oh,
was fair, but he was very very strict. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Cool,
like
cool,
that about
cool.
him. Very orderly, and you don't mess in his camp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
watching the football and watching the cadets, you know, I was really envious of, not being on it. The cricket, Andral used to be the bowler for our farm, number one bowler, and we I remember, I think it was what, 1S couldn't beat us in cricket, and we couldn't beat them in football because of
That's
Silla.
yes, 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 yes. By the way, we beat we beat Silla's class once.
He,
Once.
was he there?
He was there. I was in goal. I was in goal. And the
Yeah.
goal was scored by Andrew McIntosh, and we beat them
Whoa.
1-0. And from first to
The-
third form, it was the only time we ever beat them. And I,
every time.
and I remember that, you know.
Not the Silla.
Dodger said he used to bowl as well, in a Dodger said he used to play cricket. You remember Dodger?
Yeah, man, I
Brian
remember
Young.
that, Jack.
Yeah,
Hmm.
him same used to play a cricket as well. But
Yeah,
I remember him as a cricketer. You remember him as a
yeah, but
cricketer?
as a farm, we used to have our little team. Yeah, he used to play it,
Okay.
but he was more a footballer.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he
Cool,
was
cool,
more a
cool.
footballer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Donald. I'm really, really glad to meet up with you. I'm glad that a lot of what we've spoken about hasn't, meaning we haven't spoken before. 45 odd years. So I'm really glad that I'm getting this opportunity to speak to you. And I think the part of this interview or chat that you didn't say is that, or I don't know if you said that you missed a lot of school because of
Hmm.
the epilepsy.
Hmm.
And throughout first to fifth form, how much time would you say you missed, or you couldn't quantify it? You just knew it was a lot of
I,
time.
I just couldn't quantify it. I really couldn't. But it was getting worse and worse as the time go by. And as I told you, it was so bad. It happened to me in the road. It happened to me in my sleep. But and tell you the truth, there are a lot of things. It hindered. It affects my memory too. There are a lot of things that I don't. You see me calling people's name and so forth. It took me a while to even process, bring back all of this. I remember leaving school. I met Brian when he left and started to do his own little thing. He's still in law.
Yes, no, he's the ambassador now.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Big up, Brian. I remember behind us there was this young lady, Malahu. She's now Malahu. What's
Fort
her?
Malahoo
Uh-huh.
Fort.
Fort. And I mean, good things come out of man in school. And I look back and I say, man, this is great. This is great. I've been to a school that I really cherish.
I wish. So in first form, when you used to have the fits, I just wish that there was more that could have been done from a teacher's perspective. But the teachers were pretty young; they were probably in their early 20s. There was no training. I just wish things. They have
Mhm.
defibrillators in the school. I wish these things were done. I wish first aid was taught to the
Yeah.
teachers. I'm not saying it's not being done, but I wish, because I know for a fact when you had your problems, there was
Mhm.
just the desk, it was you on the floor, and all these 12-year-olds looking, and the teacher looking lost. That's what I remember.
Well, to tell you the truth, you telling me what happened because I'm blank. Once I go out, I have no clue.
Right.
The first time it happened, it was Clarence Clark that told me. You link up with Clarence Clark?
No, but I'm looking for him to talk to
I
him.
heard
Yeah.
I heard his I heard his somewhere in on the route to Mobile. I don't remember what that area is.
Yeah, Clarence
Um,
Clark from Broughton. Clarence Clark
yeah,
from
yeah,
Broughton.
from
Come see
Broughton.
me. Yeah, yeah, Broughton,
Yeah,
Broughton, Broughton.
yeah. So he was the first one who told me what happened. He told me I was in class, and Mr. Coot looked over and saw that I was getting into an episode, and he said, Nigel Myrie, big up. He was sitting beside me, but his head was on the desk, and um, he told me that Mr. Coot said, that boy is falling, catch him, Myrie. And Myri, Myri woke up and he was scared of the whole thing. Yeah. So nobody really knew what
Uh-huh.
was really happening. It was a hard thing. It was really hard,
The,
because
the beautiful thing is that you've got over it.
yeah.
You've got a beautiful outlook to life, and
And
I myself have been, honored to have this opportunity to talk to you, and I really thank you for coming on my show, Donald.
I really appreciate it. Big up to all Manning School class of '82. We I have to just say, man, I love my school, and even though I didn't get the full of it, but the little I got, I appreciate it. And for those who started the chat, Dwight Coot, yes, big man in it, starting this thing, all everybody. I mean,
It was Loy
just big
Ennis, Carmen Brown.
Lloyd Ennis, Carmen, big time. Oh, how could I forget Carmen? Hey,
Yeah,
Carmen,
yeah.
yes,
I them
big time in
started,
it.
man,
Yeah,
And Peter James, I drive the bus now,
Peter James.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Peter
man.
James, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good,
Actual
good.
scientist, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
man.
Donald.
So thank you so much, man, and I really appreciate it.
I love it too, man. This is good.
Yes,
Thank you.
all the best. Good.